Hey guys, and welcome back to another video for my Team F1 25. Today is for the sprint race at the Circuit of the Americas, which is, well, obviously United States. So obviously, comments wise guys, like normal, every video I've done for my team this season so far, comment down below where you think we'll finish, and let's get to this baby. Let's go.
Welcome to today's sprint. This is shaping up to be another fantastic weekend. We're racing then today in Travis County, Texas, around the 20 corners of this wonderful Circuit of the Americas. We'll be reaching speeds of around 200 miles per hour here today, and there are plenty of good opportunities to pass, especially through the two DRS zones into Turn 1 and the long back straight into Turn 12. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting sprint. Lewis Hamilton lines up on pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Verstappen, Leclerc, Yuki Tsunoda, and Sainz, Antonelli, Colapinto, Hulkenberg, and Fernando Alonso, Norris, Behrman, Oscar Piastri, and Albon, Hadjar, Bortoleto, Esteban Ocon, and Liam Lawson, Stroll, Gasly, Aaron, and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head trackside for today's sprint. And joining me in the commentary box this afternoon, the First Lady of World Motorsports, Naomi Schiff. Well, they say that a change is as good as a rest, and whilst there's not much rest on show in the sprint format today, there's definitely a change to what we're usually seeing on the track. Look, we know it's not where you start, it's where you finish, but let's talk about the start now. What's there to help the drivers get away well?
Well, the race is certainly not won in the first lap, let alone turn one. However, what you can do is prepare yourself ahead of time. Visualize what could potentially happen, different scenarios and where you could place your car, and that will better prepare you to make the right decision with instinctive timing.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. As things stand, we'll be 16th through the championship. We don't currently have the data for that request. No rain expected, no rain expected for the time being. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. threat of rain for the time being. Conditions look good. Okay, incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get good launch as the race starts. We're accumulating somewhere on the entry UK. To manage this, we're going to need to lower our ERS deployment mode. Right, we've got a very worn out MG UK. Our battery charge speed is suffering, and if it gets much worse, we could be forced to retire. We can now use DRS. DRS now available. That's P5, you're in P5. Our gap to first place, 4.5 seconds. It's Verstappen ahead, less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums, Sonoda behind. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on fresh softs. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. All right, 6 laps to go now. As things stand, we'll be 16th in the championship. Okay, radar is clear, weather is looking good for now. Okay, dries seem like the best tyre for now. place back. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Okay, we've only got one lap of fuel remaining. Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap. rubber and bring it home.
That's an end to the sprint action. Next up, we'll set the grid for the Grand Prix. So we'll see you next time.
Yes, you will see us next time, David Crofty. So, with Franco Colapinto bringing it home in fifth place with 4 points, it will mean that we actually are starting to, pull ourselves together now. It would have been 16th last time, but we are starting to get to a decent spot, and that means we do catch Alpine slightly now. So let's move on to qualifying, boys and girls. So during qualifying, I'm going to try and do like 1 lap each one, so each that session. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, boys and girls, let's go into the qualifying session for the Circuit of America's Grand Prix. Let's go into this.
It's a United States love affair with Formula One at the moment, so what a thrill for everyone today to see our drivers lapping COTA at full hot lap speed. It's the Circuit of the Americas, and it's qualifying.
Right guys, let's go to the first lap of qualifying 1. Qualifying 1, I'm just going to do 1 lap and then we'll retire.
P13, P13.
That's a little P1 there, so we will tie from this session. Hopefully we make it through to Q2, but that wasn't the best ending to a lap, but somehow it did end up putting us in P1. But as you can see in the bottom right corner there, it says P5. So I believe we will go into Q2 finishing P5 in Q1, which we do go P5. Where is our teammate Paul Aron? So let's have a look. Aron will be 21st, down there with Jack Doohan, Liam Lawson, Bortoletto, Ben, Al Gasly. Surprisingly enough, Oscar Piastri almost got knocked out of that round as well, so that's something we wouldn't be expecting. So let's move into Q2. We'll do the same again, and then through Q3 we'll use a used set of tyres, and we'll use the used Q2 set that we're going to use. Actually no, we'll use these for now. We use the used Q1 set that we're going to be using now, and yeah, let's do my Q2 lap and then move on to Q3, guys.
Okay, so this light rain is going to be with us for a while now. Dries definitely seem like the fastest tyre at the moment. Drop to P11.
So for that one we ended up being P3, but as it says it's P5 again on the wheel on the left hand side of the screen there. So if it is P5 then we're through to Q3, which could be an Inters part. So right, let's have a look. So we got P5 again with a slower time, but most everyone else did it on Inters. So who didn't make it through? Big names that did it through. Oh, it was a very big name. Some very big names there. Max Verstappen didn't get into Q3. Antonelli didn't get into Q3, and Lewis Hamilton didn't get into Q3. Names that kicked them out was Esteban Ocon in the Haas, who got into Q3 under his Inters. Carlos Sainz with a P6, which in that Williams in the wet doesn't seem likely. So moving on to Q3, I have no idea what the weather's going to be like. So before we go out on track, guys, we will have a look at the weather and see what tyres they are going to be putting us on. Inters, it seems, at the moment, as we look out on the pit lane, it looks like it will be Inters, so we will skip forward a little bit. Let a few cars go out. Check if everyone's going on Inters. Yep, Inters. So it looks like the lap is going to be an Inters lap. So let's go and do this Q3 session, this one lap, come back into pits, then we'll do a final lap for you guys, and let's see what happens.
Inters seem to be the fastest tyre for now.
Well guys, there we go. That is the end of the qualifying session here for today, as we will be starting the main race in tomorrow's or the day after's video in P9 for the Circuit of America Grand Prix, the Texas Grand Prix. So guys, if you did enjoy this video here today, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, leave the post notifications on, and thanks for watching, boys and girls. Goodbye.